Hello and welcome to part 2 of our Slam Dunk Festival special podcast of interviews unedited. On today's show, interviews with the Meffs, Save, Ferris, Hot Mulligan, Rain City Drive and Imminence. So, we're gonna crack on and play you our first interview from the Meffs. Guys, how are you?
Very well, thank you very much.
Very well, thank you very much.
Good. You're here at Slam Dunk. Looking forward to the weekend ahead?
We are very much looking forward to it, yeah.
It's already started, hasn't it? So,
I mean,
we've done our first one, out of the way.
First one done, so on to the next tomorrow.
Was it good?
Oh, mental.
Very good, yeah. It was a lot more people coming in that we thought was going to be there.
Yeah.
They all came in at like 11:30 in the morning. We had a mosh pit at 11:59. We've never had a morning mosh pit ever.
So Leeds,
Perfect.
better do 11:58.
Yeah, get it in earlier, absolutely. And you've got plenty of shows still to come over the next few months. You've got some festivals into Europe as well, but you can't wait to be doing some more.
We love it. I mean, we say now we live on the road, basically. We very rarely go home, and when we do go home, we're itching to get back out. So yeah, but yeah, we're doing like Download, we're doing Glasgow, we're doing 2000 Trees, Rebellion, Mighty Sound, Boomtown. Basically anything we could do this year, we fit it in.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
Yeah.
And you sent across Clowns as the single you want us to play, so we're going to play that. Tell us a bit about it.
Oh, what's Clowns about?
I can't do it. I have to swear. No.
To be honest, it's about just corrupt governments, essentially. A lot of the stuff we sort of started writing about the British government, all of them, because they're all terrible. But it's just about corrupt governments around the world, really, and that's why it's called Clowns, because, you know, they ain't doing the right things.
Yeah, and I can see why you didn't want to talk about that, because you could easily fit some swear words in there. And your latest record is out in the world. For those who don't know, tell us a bit about it.
You wrote it.
What's it called? What's it called?
What a Life.
And when did it come out?
September of 2024.
There we go, see, it's got 10 tracks? Or 11?
Oh, did we go for the odd number?
I think we went odd number. I think 11 tracks, and we play most of them now, but yeah, we sort of, I mean, the first EPs that we did were called Broken Britain Part 1 and 2, very much focused on like politics and of the time, around sort of Brexit time, and then, yeah, What a Life is more about sort of society and stuff like that, and issues that we all go through. It's sort of trying to make people feel part of the record rather than just spouting facts at them.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the sound that you made with that record, was it the sound you wanted, or was it kind of how it turned out in the studio?
Yeah, I think that's how we wanted.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we had a lot of trust in Frank, and we loved working with him, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, we're really happy with it.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's
I don't know. Depends what you're talking about, really. But we do change the tempo and the style of each song. They're all quite different.
Yeah.
Which is something we thought we'd give a go, as opposed to doing just our own sound. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. I think because on the first record, like, a lot of it was like, you know, just 4/4 punk, like 3 minutes. But we sort of experimented a little bit on this record. And yeah, I think Frank did a great job. It's a time stamped. Do you know what I mean? It's a piece of our music that's set in that time, and it sounds like us at that time. So that's cool.
Yeah, nice. And I'm sure you wrote more than what made it onto that record.
Yeah.
What happens to those now? Do you consider them again down the line, or is it a case of binning them off and starting again?
I mean, we're writing pretty fresh stuff now, to be honest.
you write every day, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like, you just stare out of a window, like in a car, and starts writing when she should be driving.
Yeah. And then we crash. It's true. It's always, I don't know. I think it's really important, like, for us, we sort of switch off the writing phase, especially me. Like, I'll try to, like, deliberately not write for a period of time.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you just end up writing the songs that sound exactly like the last record. And, like, yeah, that's great, but there's a reason why bands, like, progress into slightly new sounds. It's because you want to experiment on other things.
Yeah.
Or you give people, like, fresh ideas. So yeah, it's been important to, like, have a little break from writing and now sort of get back on it. So it's, like, how we want to sound now. Like I say, sort of we like sort of time stamping our music, if you like.
Yeah. And do you know what direction you want the sound to go in, or is it a case of waiting and seeing how it goes?
I reckon
Business.
you got it.
Riffy.
Yeah.
I think riffy is a fair point, right?
Yeah. Describe that.
Probably like one string rugby. Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, exactly. Like the sort of, like the clown sort of effect, isn't it? That sort of like riffy, like it's got a bit of a groove to it. It's a beefy.
Yeah, beefy. Beefy's a good word.
Beefy, riffy.
Vegetarian.
I'm vegetarian. Don't eat meat.
Can do's beefy.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Beef flavoured. We're going for beef.
Cactusy, innit? Cactusy. I just had a cactus burrito.
Any
It was
good?
fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah, go to the burrito stall. It's
We're going
yeah.
for a spiky sound.
Spiky.
I hear jackfruit's quite meaty. Jackfruit.
I've tried jackfruit once or twice. Yeah, I just like vegetables, to be honest. I'm one of those weird people. Could just eat veg. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Each to their own, I guess.
Yeah.
Change the topic here.
Yeah.
You know.
So the next record is going to sound like vegetables and cactus. Yeah, spicy and spiky. There we go.
And when it comes to writing, how do the tracks normally start off for you?
Well, it's sort of a mixture, I'd say. I've generally got lyrics written. So generally, like, just constantly anyway, and most of them don't make it, some of them make it, and little riffs at home. And then there's other times where we'll be like on a sound check.
Oh my god.
Literally, like today, we got our mate to film it.
Play something completely random at sound check.
Yeah.
And it just fits together, and then we're like, oh god, that's and we're like, if we don't record it, we forget it.
Yeah.
So we're like, today we had our friend there, and we were like, we're gonna play that game. Can you just record it so we don't forget it?
And he actually did. I can't remember it now, but all I remember is it was sick, and it's sort of like the sound. I guess progressed into a little bit. It's almost like that little hardcore-y feel as well in there, that hardcore groove. So yeah. Oh man.
It's a case of lyrics.
Yeah.
Little riff, and then I like to listen to it and then try and see what I can play around it.
Exactly.
And just
Mix
let
it up.
just wait for it to all come together.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sometimes the songs that have done the best for us are the ones that we've really we struggle with and nearly
Like
bin
House.
off. Yeah. We get to a point where like, I think we're going to stop playing this song because it's not sounding how we want it. And then one day, luckily it will just click, and they go, oh, that's what it's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to be patient, basically. You
Yeah.
just got to let it happen.
Patience is a virtue.
Until like the big bosses start saying, hurry up, I want to hear some music.
Yeah, exactly.
Just have to-
I mean, I'm doing that a little bit now, but
And hope you enjoyed the interview there with the Meffs from Slam Dunk Festival 2025. Now, we are all over social media, so come and find us at The Sound Lab Yes on all the socials, and you can also check out the website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk. Now, while you go and check us out on all of those and give us some follows, we're going to play you our next interview from Save Ferris. We had a little chat with Monique of Save Ferris to talk about new music and more at Slam Dunk Festival 2025. So, Monique of Save Ferris, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good. You are here at Slam Dunk Festival. How's your day been, and looking forward to the weekend?
It's been an awesome day. I'm looking forward to Leeds tomorrow, playing Slam Dunk then. And the show was great. The tent was full. People moshed and went crazy and waved their arms and jumped up and down. And I feel like job done. Now I can have a cup of coffee, relax.
And get up to Leeds.
Yeah, and then get up to fucking Leeds.
And once you finish here this weekend, what's your plan next? What are you doing?
Then we play the SBAM Festival in Austria. And then we go back home and we do some more touring in the U.S. Yeah.
Yeah? You ready for that?
Well, I still have some planning to do.
Okay.
I still have some, hotels to book and shit like that.
Yeah.
But, other than that, the shows are booked and we're good.
Good.
So...
Good.
We just got off a tour. We did 28 shows in 30 days.
Okay.
So...
Not much rest.
I mean, I came out here, I spent 2 days sleeping. I just slept for 2 days.
The jet lag doesn't help, does it?
Does
the time
not
difference.
help.
Yeah.
Oh, not at all. Yeah. It's definitely out of sorts today.
yeah. But you'll be fine tomorrow, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Now, after this interview, we're going to play a track of yours called Get Dancing.
Oh, yeah. Fabulous.
Tell us a bit about the single.
Well, it's kind of about my personal experience with music being cathartic for me and going to shows being very cathartic. And that's what I want to bring to our fans when they come to a Save Ferris show. And so, and we have a cute video that's on our YouTube channel, and there's choreography for it, and you can learn the choreography with the instructionals
Nice.
on our YouTube.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to learn it.
So cute. And then when we play it live, people do it in the audience with us.
I think that brings back the late 90s vibe of yourself, doesn't it? Those dance routines.
Kind of.
That was all the rave back then, wasn't it? Dance
I guess
routines
so,
like that.
huh? Yeah. The guys still sort of do dance routines on stage, just hilariously. Like, they just do hilarious shit on the stage together and surprise me. Sometimes they just surprise me.
Yeah, they're
I'm
in
like,
tune, aren't
what's
they?
happening? Nobody filled me in on this, but everybody's doing choreography I'm not aware of.
Roll with it.
Yeah, just go with it, Monique.
Go with it.
Just pretend like you meant for this to happen.
Yeah, and take it with you for the next time, next show.
Exactly.
Have you got more new music to come?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We have another single coming out within the next few weeks. It's called Ooh Ooh Rudy. It's a cover of a Juke song.
Okay.
Juke was a British band from the 70s. They had a hit called Bish Bash Bosh in those days. And this is just a song that I really loved, and it's going on a movie about them that's coming out.
Nice.
Called The Juke's on You. So
I look forward to seeing it.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the writing side of things, for you, how do the tracks normally start off?
Well, gosh, there's so many ways. Like, I'm inspired by so many different things. And like, Lights Out in the Reptile House was inspired by Michael Bradford, who I've been writing these songs with. And he said he had read this book and loved the title and told me about the book, and I found the premise of the book to be very interesting, so I wrote a song called Lights Out in the Reptile House. So yeah, and Get Dancing was sort of like, hey, we need to write a dance song, dude. Like, let's write a song about just going to a show and feeling really good about that.
Yeah.
You know? So there's all different places that it comes from.
Nice. And you as a musician, say Ferris has been around for many years now. It had a little break in between, but since the late 90s, how has the music evolved over the years?
I think it's become more personal because I'm writing more of the songs now, you know? And so there's songs about more personal experiences for me. And so the songs mean a little bit more, you know?
Yeah, nice. And there's only a couple of members who are from the late 90s era. What's it like as the band now? Does it kind of feel the same still, or does it just kind of feel different from what it was?
It has a new feel. The guys playing in the band now are, you know, for the most part, you know, very experienced musicians, and it's really nice. Like, and they're lovely, and they're kind, and they care about me, and I love them so much, and it's just a beautiful atmosphere to play with them. Yeah, it means a lot.
Yeah, and you took a hiatus for about 10 years, I think it was, coming back about 10 years ago now. Are you still enjoying it now and feeling that Save Ferris is just going to keep going?
I am. It's hard work,
Yeah.
you know? Like, I have much more of a managerial sort of role in the band now, because I'm sole owner of the name, it's a lot more work. But the work is good. It's good for me. Keeps me inspired, and it keeps me on my toes, and it keeps me it keeps what's most important in focus for me, which is like our fans and my band. Our fans and my band. And if I just focus on that, then I feel really good about what I'm doing. It's satisfying. Yeah.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Monique of Save Ferris. Now, we here on Spotify also have a playlist. It's called Fresh. It brings you 150 brand new up-and-coming artists that we feel that you might just enjoy yourselves. And if you're interested in taking a little peek at that, then go and find the link on our website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk. Now, while you go and do that, we're going to play you our next interview from Hot Mulligan, who we had a little chat with at Slam Dunk Festival just last week to talk about new music and more. So, Hot Mulligan, how are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, yeah, not too bad. You're here at Slam Dunk. Looking forward to the weekend ahead?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Very much so.
How's the set coming along? How's the set list?
Set list is good. Playing mostly the hits today. A couple of new ones from our latest EP, Warmer Weather.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Talking of that EP, tell us, for those who've not had a chance to listen to it yet, tell us a bit about it.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be EP at all. Actually, we just went into the studio with some extra time we had to record 3 new songs. Wanted to sprinkle them out through the year, but then some fans wanted it on vinyl and the like, so put it together, and there you have it.
Yeah, nice. And what's the plan next? Have you started writing for the next project?
Yeah, there's some stuff in the works.
Nice. Can we reveal what that is yet, or
Nope.
do you know when we might be able to hear something new?
I know tons of
Soon?
stuff. There's
Months?
like nothing I can tell you.
This year. Wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask that. Would I? So this new music that's coming at some point in the future, is it the direction that you're wanting to go in as a band, or is it kind of how you're just playing it out as it is?
Yeah, I would say it's a progression, but it doesn't stray too far away from past releases. I don't think fans are going to be caught off guard, but just taking what we've done in the past and expanding on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And tell us a bit about the writing side of things. How do the tracks normally start off for you guys?
It's been different between every record. For the first couple records, it was just jamming in the basement, writing the songs, not having the budget or time to be in the studio for very long. So we'd come into the studio with all of them already written. Why Would I Watch was the first time we really deviated from that, and we wrote all of the songs in the studio, and nothing to say about any new songs.
Do you think going forward into the future you'll continue it that way, or do you think you'll go back to kind of demoing beforehand?
I think we'll continue writing in the studio with a handful of demos beforehand. It makes the most sense for us now that we all live all over the country. We're kind of spread out, and we're on the road a lot, so it's not exactly easy to get together in between tours just to demo something out if we have the resources to do it in the studio.
Yeah. Do you tend to write while you're on tour, or is it kind of you want to keep the two worlds separate?
Keep them separate. It's just pretty hard with the travel schedule.
Yeah. Fit it in where you can, I guess.
Yeah.
And so once you finish here this weekend, what's the plan next for you guys?
I believe next up we got a small tour in June in the U.S., playing a couple festivals, Let's Go Fest in Maryland and Bonnaroo in Tennessee. So we just booked some shows around that to get us there. But we booked them in smaller clubs than we normally play because we wanted to do some stuff that's like no barricade, just kind of chaos.
Yeah.
Something we haven't really done in a long time in the U.S., at least since I've been playing with the band. So, very excited for that. And then later this year, we'll be back here, UK and Europe with Pierce the Veil.
Sounds good to me. Bet you can't wait for that. How are you catering the sets between the more intimate club gigs, as you mentioned, compared to what you're probably going to do with I Prevail?
I would imagine we might play some older songs at the smaller shows. And then stuff with Pierce the Veil, like I would imagine we're just going to do more of like a similar set to today where it's kind of just like greatest hits type playlist.
Yeah, sounds good to me. And is there anywhere you've not played before country-wise that you want to get to at some point?
Oh yeah, tons of places. I mean, we haven't been to Spain. I don't know how often bands go over to Italy, but would really like to get over there. We haven't been to Amsterdam before, and I think with Pierce the Veil is the first time we're going over there.
Yeah.
We just did Latin America for the first time this year, and that was a great time. And I know we're itching to get over to Southeast Asia and do some Japan as well.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Hot Mulligan. Now we're going to push straight on and play you our next interview. And this comes from Rain City Drive again from Slam Dunk Festival just last week. So Rain City Drive, how are you?
I'm great, Jim. How are you?
Not too bad. You're here at Slam Dunk. How's your day been so far?
It's been amazing, man. This is our first time playing this festival. I hope it's not the last.
Yeah.
Dude, I got to see a little bit of the starting line today, one of my all-time favorite bands.
Yeah.
I got to see Hit the Lights. It's been a really good day.
Nice. And same again tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. We're running it back.
Yeah, nice. And once you finish here this weekend, what's the plan next?
So we go home for a little bit. We're releasing a new song in about, I don't know when this will come out, but it's coming out in the summer.
Okay.
We're getting ready for a tour in the States called the Summer School Tour. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So is this? So we starting the next project now? Is that the plan for you?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to stay working. You know, like I feel like it's pretty imperative to kind of stay working, because if writing is a muscle, you know, you gotta keep up with it. You know, so yeah, we'll either be working at home or we'll be on the road. So just trying to stay engaged.
Stay engaged, yes, yeah. So with a new single on the way, obviously a new project on the way too, how much is done of this project?
Very little. We have one new song, but right now we're looking into finding time to write pretty much a whole new record.
Okay.
You know, and that's very exciting. That's my favorite part of the whole process, is getting to work on the new music and seeing where we're at creatively at that exact point in time.
Do you know what direction you're wanting it to go in?
Not totally, but I do know that, you know, I think that the instrumentalists of the band are excited to go into a heavier direction, while the vocals maybe will go more pop than they ever have. So it'll be a cool dichotomy with those two.
Yeah, nice. I'd like to talk about the writing side of things as well. So for you guys, how do the tracks normally start off?
Oh man, I am blessed to be in a band with a bunch of very talented writers. So it could come from any direction, you know, like, and we all have kind of like a personal home studio setup. So basically it can start off with a guitar idea, it could start off with a vocal melody, it could start off with a production thing, and then somebody sends it in our group chat and they go, hey, does this suck? You know? And then somebody else will take it and expand upon that.
Add to it.
And then and then, you know, some songs come quicker than others, but eventually we'll get to a point where we all work on them together, and then that's when we see them kind of become what they're going to become. And but generally it comes from anywhere and everywhere, and we stay working. So there's a lot of ideas floating around.
Nice. So when you write, do you write kind of basically for your own parts, or do you kind of creep into other members' territories when you're writing, or is it take someone else's drum beat and then you're going to add to that with guitar? How's it work? Is it write for yourself sort of thing?
Yeah, exactly. Like everybody's very active and engaged. So generally, like, you know, if I come up with a rhythm part, that's only the rhythm part that I'm working on, and then I'll send it to the band, and then Weston will throw on a lead, and then Colin will write his own bass line, and then Matt does like pretty much all the lyrics and melodies. And I think that's pretty important to him, because it's like, it has to mean something, and he's writing from his own experiences, you know. So we're pretty respectful, but we're also not afraid to say, hey man, like, I would like it if you maybe tried something like this. And then it's just very, everybody has the same mission of just making the song as good as it can be.
Yeah, nice. And when the demos are done, you obviously go into the studio. How do you then get it from that demo to a finished track?
Well, we go in with a producer. In the last record's case, Daniel Bronstein and Zach Touche, two very talented producers and writers in their own right. So we kind of get an extra set of ears on it, you know, because it's easy you've been listening to these demos for months and months, you know, so it's easy to kind of get in your own head about it. So getting an extra set of ears on it is always great. And then, you know, we filter it through, and then we re-record it, and that's usually the finished product.
Does much usually change in the studio, or does it pretty much stay what's already written?
It stays within the same realm for sure. You know, there's been times where we had to write an entire album in the studio. That's very stressful. So we learned from that experience that we kind of wanted to, on our downtime, take these demos that we have and build them as much as we could so they could be as close to a finished product. So usually in the studio we'll because we've listened to those demos for such a long time, each one of us is taking personal notes saying, I'll probably change this note here, or it'd be cool if we repeated this chorus here. So but it all stays generally the same.
Nice. And with more shows coming, looking towards the fall, winter time, are you hoping to be booking more in, or do you think that's going to be more studio time?
I mean, we're definitely working on a couple of things right now. One of them being a tour of the UK and Europe in the new year. So that's all being worked out. But also towards the end of the year, I would say we're kind of changing gears from live to let's start writing, you know?
Nice. Yeah, cool. And is there anywhere you've not toured or been to yet and played that you want to get to at some point?
Japan. 100%. I've never been there. None of us ever have, you know, but it just seems like such a cool culture. I love the food. Yeah, the fans seem to go crazy at shows, so yeah.
A fair few have said Japan today as places they've not been to. I think they need to do a Slam Dunk Japan.
I absolutely back that. I back that 100%.
Well, we'll put in the word, shall we?
Please.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And hope you enjoyed the interview there with Rain City Drive. Now, if you want to listen to all of today's interviews, alongside a load of others from Slam Dunk Festival last week, plus a load of new music and loads more stuff, then you can on our international radio show. It's 2 hours of music and chats and fun stuff. And if you want to check that out, head to our website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk, and click on International Radio Show. Now, while you go and do that, we're going to play you our final interview from Imminence, again from Slam Dunk Festival last week. And this is what they had to say. Imminence, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Very well, thank you.
You are here at Slam Dunk Festival. Looking forward to the day ahead?
Yeah, absolutely. For the first time ever here at Slam Dunk, and the first festival for us this season.
Yeah, and you've got a couple of more festivals. You've got a busy kind of summer ahead.
Yeah.
Tell us where you're at this summer.
All over Europe.
Yeah, we're playing tomorrow as well. Then we're coming back to UK for 2000 Trees. We're doing a bunch. We're doing Mystic Festival Poland, Rock and Rim, Rock and Park, Tuska Festival in Finland. We do Empirican, Grass Pop, Pink Pop, Hellfest. We do 2 shows in Sweden. We do something, Lay Does the Rock. I think it's in Spain. And I mean, I'm sure I missed something there.
Yeah.
Maybe I said that.
But you're busy though.
Yeah.
And we've been playing a new single of yours, God-Fearing Man. Tell us a bit about the single, first of all.
Thank you. We started writing new music pretty shortly after even before we released The Black. And this was one of the tracks, and we recorded a few of them in the studio. I don't know, we decided that it would fit perfectly on this extended release of The Black.
Yeah, what was the reason behind creating an extension to The Black rather than kind of a side, like a new project?
We just, we usually do our albums with like an acoustic side as well, like an extended version, but I think this time we just wanted to try something new and present a different format for our fans and give them something more to the record.
Yeah, nice. I'm sure there's tracks that missed going on to The Black. Do you consider them again going forward, or do you think you'll bin them off and start again?
Actually, we didn't have any tracks that we skipped for The Black. We every single track we wrote, we put on the record.
Yeah, why was that? Just because they were all great and that's how many you wrote, or?
Yeah, we're very happy with all the tracks, so that's why they're on the album.
Nice, yeah.
Yes, we were just in some... we were just in that mindset, I think. I think where everything we wrote kind of completed what the album should be. And we felt like everything was working out for us. I mean, of course there were ideas that we might have scrapped, but it was never like a finished song, you know. All the finished song is on that album.
Yeah, nice. I'd like to talk about the writing side of things as well. So for you guys, how do the tracks normally start off?
It's a little bit different every time. I'd say most of the time maybe Harold comes with an instrumental idea, like a riff, maybe a chorus, and then we put our minds together. Sometimes I would have something to start off a song, like God-Fearing Man, for example.
It was actually the intro.
Yeah.
You had that intro exactly how it is, you know, and then kind of we just started building on it together, you know. So we never really, it never has to start in a certain way. It's very, very often different.
Yeah, nice. And when you've got your demos sorted, you go into the studio. How do you then take it from the demo to a finished track? Is it all in one go? Is it layered up? How does it work for you guys?
So for the last record, we've been recording guitars, drums, and bass and strings, but all of the additional production and all of the vocals are actually from the demos.
Okay. Yeah. Why would you do it like that? Because that's not kind of the normal way to do it. So.
Because I just felt like I was really happy with the delivery and the performance in those vocal takes, and I thought that the feeling was there, and I just didn't want to try to replicate the feeling, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. You've been busy this year as well, plenty of touring. How have the shows gone down? Because you did your headline, which sold out, I think.
Yeah, we had an incredible run in the US this spring, and we did some shows in Scandinavia that were fantastic as well.
I mean, it's been pretty non-stop, I would say. Like, we kicked off this album cycle touring-wise April 24, and we did North America, and then Festival Summer, and then over this autumn, the past autumn, we were here in October, and we did a full European tour, and it was actually 100% sold out, as you say, which is amazing. And we went to Australia for the first time, then we did Scandinavia, short break, and then just into North America, and now we're here again, you know. It's crazy.
Yeah, and you're back in December, I believe, at Shepherd's Bush.
No, actually, it's the Roundhouse.
The Roundhouse now.
Yeah.
So, but you can't wait to be back and doing a show there.
Yeah, it's going to be an incredible show. We're bringing a string quartet and having a special set with some acoustic songs as well.
Okay, are you prepared to do it kind of differently from what you've been doing before?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the first time we've done that. I mean, it's the first time we do a combination in that sense. But we've done an acoustic tour with a string quartet before.
Nice. Is there anywhere you've not been to before and played and toured that you want to get to at some point?
Yeah, I mean, yes, of course. There are, like, we have put 2 new markets on sale, like 2 new continents. So we go into Latin America and to Japan. And then we have one more announcement also pretty soon that's going to come, like, actually later this week. But so yeah, we've never been to Latin America, never been to Japan, and this year we're going to do both.
And hope you enjoyed the interview there with Imminence, and that's the end of the show for another week, I am afraid. And this was part 2, so if you missed part 1, go and find it now. But you can also find more about us on our website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk, and make sure you go and give us some follows at The Sound Lab, yes, on all the socials. And we'll be back for a normal episode of our podcast Interviews Unedited next week. So we'll see you then.